welcome back for another fantastic episode.
What are we doing today?
We're going to call this segment, How's the Market?
How's the market?
Because I'm sure you get that question probably, 10 times a day, 15
We get it
times a day?
all the time.
Yeah. You're a realtor? How's the market?
How's the market? Yeah.
So Dave, how is the market?
Well, okay. Let's talk. I think people are surprised at my answer, which is we are incredibly busy.
Yes.
So the time of this filming is what, July 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when you're dealing with commercial real estate, the men and women who buy this type of product are gone.
Yes.
They're at their cottages. Yes. They're certainly offline, and they're not doing this. That is not what's happening right now.
And I can say confidently that it's most people in the industry right now, right? I've had a lot of conversations. A lot of people are saying the same thing, which is it's crazy. I'm trying to take vacation. I'm trying to go do something with my kids, and it's like crazy busy right now.
And if you're a realtor, commercial realtor, residential realtor, I'm sure you fall victim to the feeling that if you don't do deals, you're going to be a loser. So everybody's working. It's like when you can do a deal, you do deals, right?
Oh, yeah, it's like every summer it comes around, right? You always it's going to slow down, and you're like, oh man. And so, what's leading to this, Dave? Like, why? I have an answer. I'd like to hear yours first, and then we can kind of go from there.
First of all, I think let's get a little more specific on where we're busy on the buy side. So we have a lot of different pools of buyers. Mm-hmm. What's keeping us most busy right now is the medium to larger buyer groups.
Yep.
Now we're seeing a lot of money come in from outside of Canada, it seems, buying specifically apartment buildings in Ontario, which is extremely exciting. Quite bullish on that. When the big money comes hunting, that's usually a really good sign. Yes. It's oftentimes people say like, oh, what do they know that we don't? It's like, when you move that type of capital somewhere, and this isn't one group, this is a multitude of groups, they create the wave. Yeah. It's not that their timing is always right. They make the timing right with what they're doing. So we're seeing that in big numbers. Our phones are ringing off the hook for those. And some of the mid-size buyers, so think, 20 unit, they're out, they're looking. And it seems as though anecdotally, all of those groups have stretched their buy criteria and allowing themselves to buy smaller units than they would before. Yeah. So the guys and gals that were 75 unit, 100 unit minimum are now looking at the 50s or portfolios of stuff. And somebody that would buy a 20 unit is open to buying a 10. And I, preamble and this big wrap up here is, what's making the market hot in the summer is I think that there is an immense amount of good quality deals. Yes. And I think that people are recognizing that it seems the sentiment has shifted towards, are we at the bottom? Who knows? But it certainly feels like there's some stability, and that in the future, obviously, we're going to be going up.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's these large buyer groups and the medium-sized buyer groups. They're seizing opportunity, right? These are the groups that also haven't been buying over the last 5 years, and now they are in the market because they're going great. Whether we're at the bottom or not, there's good opportunity. It's time to make money. And I think that's what people are seeing, right? There's 100%. Time to make money in this market. To mirror your point, what we're seeing on the sell side, because it is very busy on the sell side, we're getting a lot of listings right now. What's going on? Why is that? Well, I think I have to segment it into a couple different pockets. So small buyers to small sellers to medium sellers. Two main driving forces right now. I'm sick of real estate, which is a huge one. Yeah. Right. We're getting that a lot. People are just beat up. They were not in a great position coming into the downswing of the market. They are strapped for cash. These buildings are not being profitable for them. They're stressed out because they're dealing with tenants. It's just not as sexy as it used to be. And so we're seeing a lot of those conversations, just getting a call randomly. Hey, I want out. Right? Yeah. Why? Are you in trouble? Are you underwater? Nope. I just want out. It's time to sell. I don't care. I want out of this building. So that's a big one that we're seeing right now. That's more of the smaller seller. And then again, the other one is, I am underwater. right? These buildings are not profitable for me. I'd rather cut my losses now than keep dragging this out because we don't know where the end is. This could be another 2, 3, 4 years, 1 year. I hope it's less, but you know, and so that's the other major driving force for buildings like that. Then you have, let's call it your medium large to large, right? And what we're seeing in these pockets are a lot of groups are looking to level up, right? We're tied up. We have 5, 6 buildings. They're all kind of 20 units. We want to get into the 80, 100 units. It's the time to do it, right? They're getting excited about these opportunities. They want to go make money as well. You know, they might need to sell 1 or 2 buildings, whatever. But really, the main seller right now is the distressed seller. And I think that's the point to drive home here. Is that's what's leading the market. It's challenging on the sell side if we're getting buyers saying, well, I just want to sell because I want to get some money out of my building and move on. And it's like, well, I don't know if I can do that for you.
Yeah, you
right?
might want to wait.
If you don't have to sell, don't sell. And I say this to all of my clients time and time again. If you don't have to sell, don't sell. I've not turned down, but I've convinced people not to sell 3, 4 times a day. Like, it's a constant conversation I'm having because it's just not the right time. If you're able to hold in there for another 2, 3 years, let's reevaluate. I had this call this morning before we filmed the podcast. Client of mine called, hey, you know, what do you think of this building? And I know the building well. And he said, you know, can we sell it? Right? Do you think you could get me a good quality buyer that wants to grab the building right now and close? And I told him, I said, no, like, because I know he's not distressed. I know he's not a seller right now. He's somebody that's just saying, hey, I'd love to get out of this and go buy something else. And it's just not the right time for that.
There. It's interesting to see, like, in my former life with financial money management, and private wealth. So when I started that part of my career, was doing, you know, much smaller size investments. And then as you sort of grow in the industry, you get larger, higher and net worth clients. So anyways, as I'm working with sort of the smaller investments, you would see when the market would shift down, it would be panic city. And you do a lot of coaching, try to get them, hey, just stay the course. And you'd be doing, you know, dollar cost averaging and keep buying. And this is a good time. And you'd be, so much horsepower and time was spent in convincing them that you got to actually continue because now is the time not to do this. When I gravitated up towards the larger size, those groups would be, holy shit, the market's down. Let's deploy more, right? The mindset has shifted quite large. It's the exact same thing here, right? I have numerous emails from some of the newer buyers that don't have as much capital saying, we're really hot, like we're really off on Canada, especially here, where we're going to pause. And it's okay, I understand. You try to counsel them. And then I have emails from the larger side, like, we're going to go and we're going to buy, we're going to stretch our buy box and we've got all this money. And you're like, wow, it's the same thing, carbon copy, repeat. And there's a reason, you know, again, it's the most overquoted Warren Buffett quote, but be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. It's the same thing. You're just watching it unfold right now in front of your eyes. So.
It's pretty cool to see, honestly. It's
fascinating.
very interesting to sit back and look at the market that way. I know we're in it and everybody's in it, and it kind of sucks when you're in it because it's like, oh man, we're all taking a hit. But it is very interesting to watch that on the grand scale. Closing comments. I want to throw it over to you and say, piece of advice for somebody in this market.
I would say get active. One of the biggest things I'm doing for the clients I'm working with right now is let's get active. Let's send out offers. Let's get aggressive. Right? Not crazy, stupid offers, but offers you get excited if we start working with those numbers. And we'd be shocked at how many of those we're landing. So get active. When the bigger groups are doing something, like I said at the onset, they make markets, they shift markets. That's happening right now. So if you're a little bit hesitant, I think understanding that and again, being specific to the deal and not just jumping in to jump in and try to catch the wave, but I think you'd be shocked at how good deals are right now on the buy side, even at the smaller size.
And then for the seller side, couple comments there. So I would say you got to look at it as a bigger picture right now, right? And I would ask anybody who's questioning, should I sell or should I not sell, give us a call. Throw a comment, email us, message us on our Instagram, whatever it may be, because I'd love to sit down and do a bigger picture analysis of the portfolio, right? And I have these conversations all the time with people. What do I do with this building, right? It's underwater, or it's not underwater, but I need capital or whatever it may be. And it's not one size fits all. I'm not going to say sell. That might not be the right move right now.
I've seen you many times tell people not to sell.
Yeah. So it's more so bigger picture, right? And at the same time, you know, maybe the building isn't underwater and you actually might take a hit if you sell, but that might be the right move right now. Take a little bit of a hit, dust yourself off, because if this condo or building or whatever it is that's sitting there that's tying up your energy and sucking the energy out of you and being the headache is keeping you from earning dollars somewhere else or buying another building or doing something different, then like, yeah, you know what? You might just want to take the hit as long as you can cover it, right? I don't want anybody going under here, but maybe it is take the hit and get out of it, take a deep breath, and let's go into something else. And let's, to Dave's point, let's get out there and start buying, because that's where you want to be right now in this market. You want to be a buyer. Or it's, hey, you need new property management, or you need property management. Let's get you out of the day-to-day on this building, get you some more of your time back, your bandwidth back. And again, let's go look at buying or doing whatever you do.
It's like the one thing you don't want to do is just, even if you're struggling with the building or it's underwater, natural human reaction is to turn away from something that's causing you pain. And it's like, dive full steam ahead. We have a lot of these types of conversations. And to your point, maybe it isn't selling it. Maybe it is optimized. Like you get a objective review, and you're looking at it saying, well, this is, you know, with all due respect, this is poorly managed. And if you are the one managing it, but you also have a full-time job, let's be honest, you're doing a very bad job of that. Let's fix that. And then all of a sudden you get that piece fixed, and then life becomes better.
And the answer might be the one thing you don't want to hear, but it is go buy another building. It's just
portfolio optimization.
If your one building is underwater and you can go buy another building that can then help cover the one that's underwater to carry it through this time. If selling is not an option, then maybe that's what you got to do.
There's just a plethora of options, but I think in summary, you know, if you are looking, get active, right? If you're not working with us, work with a realtor and really start getting serious. Like, I know it's the summer, but man, is it a good time. And if you're in a building as an owner and there's pieces that you're struggling with, you know, again, reach out to us, or if it's a different group, reach out to them and get active in those conversations and figure out like what really sucks about this building. Because that's the best part of multifamily. There's so many outs. It doesn't have to be a sell. It could be optimized parking and storage and laundry and make more money, right? This isn't a single family where if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So get busy with those conversations.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, guys, thanks for sticking around again. Love to see some comments, especially on these types of episodes where we talk about market, right? If you're out there and you're wondering, how's the market? Throw us a comment, ask us a question. We'll get back to you guys. We can then wrap it into another episode next week or talk about these questions. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and sign up for the insider list, which is the link below. Get access to all of our off-market listings and conversations like this.